Hey, it's your reigning supreme, the doll queen. Welcome back to my channel. And so today we are continuing our Winx week of day 2 with Bloom. And why I have her 5th out of 6. I don't know. They changed her face up from like prototype to stock photo to final doll. So of course she's kind of lower, but her final doll still is pretty cute. It's just like whiplash of like, where do we go? And then her design from the show, I really did like. So like this whole design here, I actually quite like. Yeah. Anyways, moving on, we have her packaging, same as Stella's, with the little fairy wing with the little swirls. Her symbol over here are hearts. You'd think they would be flames, but they're hearts, because that's her like secondary thing, is Bloom always has like hearts going on with her fits. And we have the background being pink and blue with some little hearts going across it too. Then down here we have Bloom, Fairy of the Dragon Flame. And then Winx Club right there, made by Playmates. Watch on Netflix. You can if you want, but like, it's an alright show. I'm mainly here for the dolls, but I was enthralled. I was thoroughly entertained with the show. Was it amazing? No, but I was entertained. Then on the back, we have The Magic is Back. Join the Winx Club for a magical journey full of friendship, fairy powers, and stylish adventures. So we have Musa, Aisha, Tekna, Stella, who I reviewed, Flora, and now Bloom. And then there's this little, like, what do you call it, QR code that takes you to the Winx Club YouTube channel, which has every single episode of the original series on there for free. So honestly, if you don't have Netflix or if you don't really care for the reboot, go on YouTube and you can watch all of the original show there for free. So that's pretty cool. Then there is her barcode if you need it, but since Bloom is the main character, I assume she will be like readily available everywhere in the springtime. So yeah, let's get this bitch out of the box. I was trying to get them to stand on their own, but yeah, these dolls really do not stand on their own. So you need stands if you're gonna do anything with them. So first things first, like with the rest of them, I did make character cards, so you can see things that are different or missing from the doll. So already I can tell you that the beads that are in her braids, you can see a little bit of them from down there, are not present here. The hairstyle is different, and she's missing her little glove right here. Yeah, and then her boots were shortened. And that is the back right there if you want to read that, because that is just the description that they gave on the website of what the characters are supposed to be. I will say that some of the characteristics that were said I did not see in the show, so a little bad writing, I guess. But yeah, moving on to the doll, her face up is pretty good, actually. Like, it's very jarring at first, but it looks good. Like, this is pretty close to what she looks like in the show. Although, honestly, she looks a little bit better. Her eyes are a little more sharpened rather than as round as they are in the show, so this is actually an improvement. Yeah, she looks good, though. Then we have some sparkly pink makeup, like it's really reflective. Some nude lips and blushing. She does have a pretty pointy nose. No earrings, just like the rest of them. And then her hair is gorgeous. It is this like nice, vibrant red-orange color, which I absolutely love. It's very pretty. Like, this is the hair color that I dye my own hair currently. It is faded, but it's not faded enough for me to re-dye it. But when I re-dye it, it is this vibrant. It is this red-orange. But if you're curious, hair dye fades, if you did not know, obviously. So it turns into more of Torlai's orange. Like this is closer to what my hair looks like right now, but it starts off as this. And this is a very yellow orange. So, and typically what orange hair dolls end up having. So Bloom being very red orange is super cool and I like it. So thank you Torlai for being here so I can make that distinction because I love orange hair. That's why I dyed my hair orange. I will not be doing it again. It's too much upkeep, but I love characters with orange hair. So Bloom, as a kid, Bloom was my favorite because I loved the orange hair. But I got older, watched the show in its entirety. She's shedding a bit. Yeah, watched the show in its entirety, and I was like, I don't really fuck with her that much, which sucks because like I really do like her design. So her hair is nice nylon hair, just like Stella. Feels really good. Really, really nice hair on these dolls. And her tinsel is some orange, like coppery tinsel, which is fun. I like that. And she has a bunch of little braids in the front, which the design artwork shows like basically a cornrows. And like take that as you will. I don't know if that's super offensive or not. Like maybe so. I'm not black, so like I'm not gonna say if it is or not, but just letting you know that that's in her design. And she was gonna have a whole head of braids originally when they did initial design concepts, so I'm glad that they've reduced it. And the doll definitely makes it white girl approved because it's just a bunch of little thin braids in the hairline right there. And it's just a half up, half down when the actual design has a high ponytail. So that is an interesting choice. But as for hair rooting, it's pretty good. She has a decent amount of hair. And then for her bangs, instead of having proper bangs like she does in the show, they decided to just root the hairline right here of bangs and then just tie it off to the side. I'm not too sure as to why. Maybe just like tying it off like that so it looks like a side bang. Not too sure, but I will be cutting her some actual bangs because she deserves that. So yeah, I will be doing that. And then for her wings, we have these little same like translucent blue plastic as Stella, where you probably could snap it, but you see I'm bending pretty far and it just kind of springs back up. And then it has purple, pink, and blue in it, and it's supposed to look like flames, kind of. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, there's that. Then there's gold, little glitter foiling stuff, which I think is neat, but I know for a fact will end up flaking off eventually. That's what it looks like on the back. It still looks good. And then if you didn't see my Stella review, the wing mechanism is like this, where you can plug it out easily with a little W right there. And her little wing mechanism is blue. Stella's was yellow, so fun that they each have their own color. But there's just two little gears right here with W's holding the wings in, and it makes it so you can push her back and forth and the wings will flutter. And that is really cool. And just like gravity itself will help with that. So yeah, I still love that mechanism. I think it's great. We will take the wings off for the clothes portion so it doesn't get too much in the way. But her outfit is this top right here with a little pink satin part right there, and then this shiny blue fabric, which I can guarantee you is going to flake off eventually, but for now it's staying. Then we have this little sparkly dark blue fabric that goes up and then around the neck, and then we have these two little pieces, the sparkly blue fabric and then this hot pink satin that is just sewn on, and it's supposed to kind of look like a shoulder pad, and it works. I just kind of wish that at least the blue part was hemmed because it doesn't really look like it will withstand fraying very well, so that's kind of not fun. And then on the back, it's just hot pink, which is unfortunate. I wish that they carried along the trims and stuff, but it'll do. I'm glad that we got as much detail as we did in the front. And it keeps wanting to do this, but I can, like, from the show design and stuff, I can tell that this is supposed to sit further up, so like this. So I'm not sure how to make it stay like that, but it's definitely supposed to sit like this. Maybe I can pinch it in like that. I'm not sure. And then for her skirt, we have more of that sparkly dark blue fabric that is unhemmed, but it is a little bit pleated on the side like it is in the show. We have all that there, Velcro's in the back. And then underneath we have dark blue, like holographic looking fabric, which this will also peel. And it is fine. It looks good. They're just little shorts that go over the skirt, which if you look, it is already starting to come apart. So that's not going to withstand play very well. Great. So this definitely should have been hemmed. Not too looking too good for Bloom. And then we have her little boots, which instead of having full thigh-high boots like she does in the show, they just gave her these calf length boots so the knees can still bend. And they're just these dark blue shoes with a little bit of pink paint on the sole, and a little gradient pink paint up here. And it's supposed to be in this design because it's supposed to look like the top of a heart, kind of. And there's just coated in this silver glitter, as you can see, is already on my hands and stuff. Not a fan of that. I wish they mixed it into the plastic instead. So I'm hoping that future fairy dolls, if Playmates does more, which supposedly, after I filmed Stella's review, I learned that we are getting some everyday outfit Winx dolls next year for the spring, so I'm very excited for those. I hope we get all 6 Winx characters. I have no clue. It could just be Aisha, Bloom, Stella, and Flora, which would be disappointing because Musa's is definitely my favorite. But the bottom of the shoes do not have anything on them, and looking at their foot size comparatively, I think they're closer to like a Bratz, not Bratz, Bratz don't have feet, a Barbie foot. Yeah. I will test that theory eventually of if Barbie clothes fit these dolls, but yeah. As for articulation, they have a like rotation at the head, which Bloom's articulation is already a lot better than my Stella's. So I'm glad that my Stella just had just kind of a bad batch or whatever for joints. Then we have this like ratchet joint, and they go out this far and then just have full rotation there. Nothing anywhere else, which if they were going to do this, I wish that this plastic was a lot more flexible, like a Bratz arm, so you kids could still hit the poses that they want to pose without having proper articulation in there for like play, like story-wise, you know? So that's a little disappointing. And then she has a hip joint, which mine is a little tight, so it's resisting, but all you have to do is heat up the joint. I just put mine in front of a heater, but you can also use boiling water, and it'll loosen up the joint, and you'll be able to move it a lot better. Then her knee joints are working a lot better than Stella's. Okay, this knee joint is not working, so I will definitely have to heat it up, but this one is working. So you're supposed to get a 90-degree angle out of that, and it swivels. So yeah, this is not turning out great for these dolls with the joints and such. I wish that the knees would work a little bit better, but that is okay. And now that is it for Miss Bloom. Join us tomorrow as we'll look at the next girl, is what I'll say, I guess. But yeah, very fun. Even though she has a little bit of quality issues with the fabrics already starting to fray, and her joints also not working the best, I am still fairly happy with this doll, and for $18, I think this is a pretty good deal compared to the other stuff that's on the market right now. So yeah, Bloom might just not be the best one, which is crazy because she's the main character. So you think she would be the one that they would have the strictest like quality control and stuff on, but I think another character might beat her in a quality department, but she is still pretty good. And I love her hair a lot, and her face is still fun. So if you can look past the these like new style faces, I think these are great dolls, and I 10 out of 10 would recommend. They just need a little bit of help. I'm also a little biased because I've wanted Winx Club dolls in my collection for so long. So, yeah. From me, I grant you a glorious, fantabulous day. Toodles!